Hello and welcome back to another episode of Haven. My name is Jett and we are going to get straight into it here.
Whoa, what a mess. And now the nest is all akimbo. This feels weird.
Yeah, we'll need to find a way to correct that. But it can wait until tomorrow. I think we've had our share for the day. We deserve some time to relax. If you know what I mean.
You can do whatever you want, but I am going to bed.
Exactly, that's what I'd be doing. As you can see, after the little earthquake and tumble the nest took, it is an absolute mess in here. It even destroyed the
I'm
kitchen.
not hungry.
I never thought I would hear you say that in my whole life.
I guess my stomach has a deep connection to the nest condition.
Do you want to tidy up a bit?
Nope.
No. Tomorrow. I don't feel strong enough right now. I'm not hungry.
I never thought I would.
I'm not hungry.
Okay, we're just going to repeat the dialogue.
I never thought I would
Let's
hear
go
you say that
straight
in
to
my
bed
whole
then.
life.
See, they're throwing everything straight onto the floor. My style of tidying up. Well, are we having a nightmare?
Hmm? You okay? You? Wake up! It's okay. I'm here. That was just a nightmare. Everything's fine.
That wasn't a nightmare.
Sure it was. Rest easy.
No. I was awake. I could hear you. I just couldn't move or yell. I couldn't breathe. It was horrible.
Yeah, I am familiar with this. But I don't think you is.
Yeah, seemed like it was. Do you want my opinion? I'm not a dream expert or anything,
I
but
studied it at college, I
It wasn't
guess.
a dream. I wasn't sleeping. My eyes were wide open.
no, your eyes were closed.
I'm telling you, they were open. I saw everything. You, the room, everything.
Okay. What I meant was that it may have been because of the nest.
What?
You said you couldn't move. You were nailed to the bed. A bit like the nest which is stuck to the ground, right? You've been flying in this thing for years. I bet you're upset to see it in this condition.
No kidding. Which means that if we fix up the nest, this'll all go away?
Could be. Worst case scenario, the nest will be fixed.
Yeah. Well, I hope we'll eventually find the missing parts then. So I can get fixed up too.
My mum calls those kinds of experiences night terrors, when you feel conscious, but you feel trapped and unable to move in your own body. I get them just like you does when you're not sleeping properly. So in her case, the nest is akimbo, so you're sleeping on the slanted bed. But for me, when I went to university, I had a different house each and every year, and I would get them for the first week or so of being in a new bed, new bedroom, new place, and my girlfriend at the time explained that the exact same way that Kay did, that if I got them, even though I would be adamant that my eyes were open, I was aware of the room, I could see it, not like when I had out-of-body experiences where I start floating about all over the ceiling, but you just feel stuck and trapped in your body, and it's not like you get somewhere, there's a person sitting on top of you, and you feel, I don't know the word for it, but you feel trapped because of that, and you feel like you're being under attack. It's not that. You just feel completely helpless,
What?
Just, you're sat there, awake, or lying there really, and you can't move, and you're struggling to breathe, and you just feel completely out of it. It's not like my out-of-body experiences where I will look at myself sleeping and I will be able to float around my room and whatnot. That was a very good portrayal of what me and my mum would call a night terror. Sorry guys, I missed most of that. I was talking. What are we doing? No.
Did it move?
No, I don't think
Nope.
so.
Bulging blute. Oh, it's over. It's not going back straight. We'll never be able to fix it. We are condemned to living on an incline in a broken ship forever. Until our body adapts and one of our legs starts shrinking to even us out.
I mean, I have one leg bigger than the other. It's not that bad.
What's the issue exactly?
Well, the back pain will be crazy for one.
It's not that bad.
And also, I don't know about you, but I personally like having a reasonably symmetrical body.
I meant with the track-to-globe.
Ah, not enough power it seems like. The battery drains out even before lifting the nest a centimeter off the ground.
Solvable?
Although to be fair, it was originally designed to lift cargo crates into ships, not the ships themselves.
What if we plugged it into a flow spring?
I thought about that, but we'd have to be able to seal the pipe shut. Unfortunately, I don't think they make gaskets for flow springs from a distant planet.
Perhaps we can make one.
With what? Paper mache?
Remember yesterday when I told you that rust scatters when it comes in contact with flow? We could use that feature to sculpt a gasket out of pieces of rust.
You could do that?
I don't think I could sculpt a nude statue
Of course you can.
or a super complex component, but molding a gasket, that seems doable.
That's awesome!
Hold on, let's not start pushing before the panties are pulled
What?
down.
Excuse me?
You've never heard of that?
I
saying?
haven't.
No.
Must be a truth thing then. That means let's not celebrate before we...
Yeah, I got it. Anyway, how much rust do you need in order to pull the panties down?
I don't know. 4 or 5 blocks like those we already got?
Okay, so let's try and find that.
I think we've got
Yeah, I
everything
thought we
need
did.
to mold a joint for the track-to-globe. All right then. Ready when you are.
I'm just waiting on you.
Okay.
I can't wait to get going.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna. There we go.
Noise?
Ugh, my stomach. It needs to be fed soon.
Okay.
So?
Well, it fits. That's a good sign. Let's get this ball rolling.
What?
What? Haven't you
Come
heard
on,
that
you
one
surely
yet?
you've heard of it.
Oh no, I have. It's just a really old-fashioned
Oh.
saying.
Let's get this show on the road.
Okay, that's
Yeah, I'll
worse.
agree with that.
Can you just switch on the track-to-globe, please?
Okay.
Well, it looks much better. Ta-da!
It worked!
We did it. Now, we just need to fix up the wings and the turbine and the hypo propellers and...
Don't be so cynical. Getting the nest out of the
I mean,
crevasse was
Look at their
quite a feat.
face.
Huh? No, don't get me wrong. I am genuinely
Yeah,
delighted.
you can tell.
I love fixing things up. But I don't think we need to get started right
Oh
away.
god.
That's a relief.
Before we start fixing anything, we'll need to find the replacement
Okay,
parts.
that is a lot of stuff we need to do. Oh. And now we're fixing. Okay, you're doing a wonderful job on that bookcase. But like, could you organise them a little bit better than just having a whole big stack? Really?
And done. It's all straightened out. Everything's tidy and clean.
Besides us, that is.
Yeah, we are kinda stinky. Off to the shower then?
Ah, Bloot.
What is it?
I just mopped the bathroom.
Oh. Do you think we can marinate another 10 to 15 minutes in our own filth?
Honestly, can do.
I don't get it. People always make a big deal about salty sweet, but never peppery sweet, which it turns out is delicious.
Anything would seem delicious to you, seeing your diet in the last few days.
True. But don't let that take away from your cooking talents.
You're just wanting to finish my plate.
I've fallen for that one before.
Since you're offering.
Oh dear. Still, it is always nice to be complimented on your food.
Hey, you never told me. What did your mate look like?
I don't know.
Didn't you get her file from the matchmaker?
Yeah, I did, but I never really looked at it.
Seriously? You're not even curious?
Well, no. I already knew you.
Whatever. Come on, we'll look at it together.
If you wish. Huh.
Oh, all right. Any other pictures?
Yeah.
She's kind of cute.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely. Don't you?
I'm the kind of guy who thinks there's too much makeup.
I don't know. Too much makeup, I think. I like a more natural look. Like yours.
Mm-hmm. Do you really think I'm not wearing any kind of makeup right now? Come on, let's check her profile instead of this foolishness. Let's see.
Clearly tell Kate's thinking about it.
Reading, music, having a drink with my friends. Whoa. Do you think you can handle such a strong
That's
personality?
Cheers, Kate.
Job. Ocean biology research assistant at the University of Ox. Huh. Okay. Looks like you two are made for each other.
No one is made for each other. That's the kind of rhetoric the matchmaker uses.
Yeah, I know. But it still looks to me like that was a blooting good pick. You'd make a great couple.
Might.
Exactly. You never quite know until you actually start talking and get interacting with them.
Are you really wearing makeup right now?
We spend every waking minute together in the nest. If I discreetly slipped into the bathroom every morning to put on some eyeliner, don't you think you'd notice?
Yeah. At least
I don't know.
think. But you're not really answering my question, though.
I know.
I've had girlfriends get away with a lot worse. Okay. Well, it should have been over 10 to 15 minutes by now.
In these conditions.
And we're not going anywhere, so let's go and take a shower. And get your leaves at the ready.
You?
There we go.
I see you've brushed your hair in the shower again.
How can you tell?
It's not draining.
Sorry.
One of the good things of being in separate rooms at university was that I never had that problem with one of my exes.
So, what's this rocky chunk got to say?
Well, for starters, it says it's not a rock.
Really? It's not living, is it?
No. It's not mineral or organic.
So, what is it?
Going straight to the hard questions. But that is not how science works.
How does it work, then?
First of all, you formulate a hypothesis. Then you build an experiment to test this hypothesis. You observe, and you learn.
Okay, then what have you learned?
That I'm lacking imagination regarding hypotheses? One thing we know for sure is that rust particles scatter immediately when in contact with flow. I'd like to observe this reaction more closely.
You can do that next time. Right now, you should go to bed.
Already? What time is it?
No idea, but I know I'm sleepy. And I want my snuggles before I crash.
Gotcha.
One of the few lines that was able to get me away from my novel writing, I must admit. Late nights, sat down, doing my work.
All right, you can open your eyes. Surprise anniversary!
Huh?
I meant to say surprise and then I thought, happy anniversary. I panicked.
Whose anniversary is it?
It's our anniversary. 1 month on Source.
Already?
Yeah, I mean, give or take a few days.
It went by fast.
Yeah, remember the time we almost died crashing on this planet?
And the time we almost died in an earthquake?
And the time we almost died fighting that critter?
I hope this is only the beginning, and that I'll have many more chances to almost die with you.
Aren't you a charmer? So, are you gonna open your present? Well, our present.
Sure. Uh-huh. What is it?
Fermented apple
Level up
juice.
system.
I stuck them in a soaker tub to accelerate the process. I'm calling it apple brew.
Do you think that it's any good?
Well, worst case scenario, we just wasted some apple juice. No big deal.
Should we open it now?
We can open it whenever you want.
So I make a very big error here. I could immediately go up and celebrate and level up the characters, and instead I don't. I decide to go out. And I basically do the next good lot of islets without any sort of XP gain.
No,
And eventually I realise what's going on.
promise me you won't be mad.
And,
Promise anything without knowing.
well, then I go and level up.
Your skidding skills.
So we'll just we'll skip to the next important
Let's
bit,
just
shall we?
say that you could use some extra training.
Be careful. These creatures don't seem to be in their right mind.
I did notice that.
Okay, so here's the combat in Haven, and the game itself does a pretty good job of explaining what's going on. It's a very simple combat system at the moment,
Make wet, one of them is weakened.
more or less the exact same way of the way you cook beforehand. But notice that we're not actually killing anything in this game. It's all about pacifying, or more realistically, cleaning all of this rust off of them,
Alright, that's it.
which is another charming part of this game. You can see I actually get a pretty good example of what shield does. I shouldn't really be blocking with both of them, but it halves the damage that your characters take,
Settle down. Now's the time.
and that's basically the combat system. Very simplistic and very easy to get the hang of, even though I don't. And you can see that I am not actually gaining XP there.
And now he's back to being sweet. Seems like it was the rust that made him aggressive.
I'd do the same if I were them.
What?
Think about it this way. You wake up in the morning with a rash covering your body. If you scratch it, it gets worse. If you don't scratch it, it still gets worse. Of course you're gonna lash out first chance you get.
I don't think this is the same thing.
Of course it is. Tell her Oink. Tell Kay that I'm right. Oink. His name is Oink now.
What a good boy you are. What a good boy you are, Oink. There we go, there's some scratches for you. And speaking of good boys, yes, we are going to ignore the fact that you called Kay a hurt. We're going to go and celebrate now, aren't we? Let's just whiz off back to the nest. And make sure that I don't get any more experience points and waste them while I can't actually earn them. I was looking back at the footage, it was quite a bit of XP. But here we are.
To us.
To us. Hey, that's really good actually.
That's really strong, too. Do you remember the first time you talked about leaving the apiary?
Of course. I'd had a shouting match with my mom. I was just angry.
No, before that.
Before?
We had landed the nest on a hilltop, we were stargazing, and you said, "Come on, let's go." I haven't stopped thinking about it since that day. I think that's what pushed me to dig into the Astro Company archives, which led me to find the coordinates of Source. I wanted to be ready for the day.
Wait, when was that?
I don't remember. Right at the beginning, you and your mom got in a fight. You hopped into the nest at night, and you picked me up at my house.
Was that when we went to the uplands?
Yes, the uplands, that's it.
Oh, dude, I remember. It was in Frosember. It was super cold out. I was freezing. I just wanted to get back into the nest. That's why I said, let's go. And since you didn't respond, I thought you wanted to stay outside. So I didn't push it. I actually caught a beast of a cold that night.
Wait, so that means if I hadn't misunderstood that night.
I wouldn't have caught a cold.
No, but wait. You don't realize how deep this goes. That means we would never have known about Source. We would have never come all the way here. We would probably still be stuck in the apiary.
Sure. But if I hadn't caught a cold, I would have never been stuck in bed for a week. And you would have never visited me for tea, with armloads of homemade cookies. And you would have never hung out with me for hours on end when I look like a ghost. And I wouldn't have fallen in love with you. So who knows? Maybe I would be living happily in the apiary with my mate.
Which means that beforehand.
We had known each other for like 3 weeks, Kay. Do you really think that I fell head over heels the first time I saw you?
I know I fell head over heels the first time I saw you.
Oh, okay. You just like my looks then.
No, that's not what I meant.
You mean you don't like the way I look?
I have a feeling there's no right answer.
There never is to that
Then
one.
don't answer.
Apart from that, it seems. And just before we had to get the leaves out, that is it. That's how you level up. Each one comes with a little cutscene, and they're all very nice and very cute. And then you get a couple of perks. This time it's max health and glide speed, which is very nice and useful in the early game.
I have to warn you, it's very spicy.
Perfect. That's what you call very spicy? Kay, you alright?
Okay, I can't handle spice either.
You really do have baby taste buds. 18, 19, 20. Keep on going, my love, you're strong. 21, 22.
You know I'm able to count on my own, right?
Yeah, but I like to watch when you do push-ups. That way I feel like I'm participating.
You know, there's a difference between that and actually participating.
You could also do push-ups.
No. No need for that. I am naturally muscular.
There's no such thing as naturally muscular.
For real? Arm wrestle?
No. It's a trap. If I
Well
win,
then.
you'll complain that I hurt your arm. And if I let you in, I'll be hearing about it for weeks.
Ding ding ding! Win by default. See? Naturally muscular.
Well, at least I'm earning XP. And that bookshelf, Kay, is no better than when we last saw it. Is that really how you're going to leave it? I mean, like, you can do that one better. Come on, man. You've got the space for it.
Huh? What are you doing up so late?
I had an idea. I wasn't able to go back to sleep, so I went ahead and tested it. Want to hear about it?
Yeah, okay. But real quickly. Because the only reason I'm awake is that I have to pee.
Alright. So we figured out that rust was not a mineral matter, nor was it organic matter. So what else is left?
I mean, if you're going to give me that as an option.
It's pee-pee?
Huh?
It's the middle of the night. I am not awake. I am definitely not playing charades.
Okay. Okay. So considering that the rust is neither mineral nor organic, nor is it pee-pee, it could be flow.
Cool. But you could have just asked me. You can tell it's not flow because flow is blue and all flowy. This is red and all hard.
I'll have you know that I just completed the test, and the rust molecules are precisely the same as those in flow. They're just organized differently. Kind of like water and ice, if you will, just not the same. That's why flow, in the form as we know it, has such a strong effect on the rust. The molecules are binding, unbinding, and...
Yes, sorry to interrupt, but are you almost done?
I guess that depends on how detailed an explanation you need.
The least.
Then I'm done.
Okay, thanks. Gotta pee.
Yeah, well, you don't stand in the way of that, do you?
We just need to find stuff to repair the nest now.
We just need to?
I mean, okay, we're not going to do it doing this. Hello?
Hey, isn't that Oink? That is definitely him. That's Oink.
What's happening, big guy? Why are you here? You missed us, didn't you?
I bet he felt lonely on his empty islet.
You do realize that we can't take you along on our journeys, don't you? That would be too exhausting for you.
But you can stay with us next to the nest if you want.
No funny business, though.
Alright then, guys. With Oink safely returned to us, I'm going to call it there. So I hope you have a wonderful whenever you view this. And I will see you in the next one. Valet.